So we have basic ones, we got rare ones. Again, the price jumps pretty quickly. There's not too many of them. Again, 427 owners because the boxes have been opened. But for the Genesis Brains here, there is 10,000 of them. There's only 9,000 that are out. Obviously, there's still boxes to unlock. And when we are talking about putting an AI in your avatar, this is kind of the idea. So there's genome weightings within them. So some brains can actually be smarter than other ones. Some are going to be better at defending in soccer. Other ones could be better at attacking, but they're also going to be used within the boxing game and the whole Futureverse world. There's a lot going on with it, but these are ones that are a little bit more expensive. They're supposed to also be used for splicing and breeding. So if you're familiar with Z-Horse run breeding, I think it's going to be somewhat similar, but with this is over time you train an AI brain and then you're able to splice it and it keeps some of those memory shards. Now, you might say, okay, like 0.67 ETH or whatever on secondary is way too expensive. They do have these Gen 2 brains, and there's supposed to be like a lot of these ones, right? So there's about 50,000 items of them. You stake this Asto token, and then you can mine these brains. Again, you got the splicing that's going to happen. But currently, these are at like $12 as an example. So the idea, and I'm assuming these might actually go a little bit cheaper within time with the supply coming out, is $10. You have an AI brain. You can train it over time. Bada boom, bada bang. Kind of cool. Now, for where those brains are going to be used, as I said before, there's the Next Legend boxing game, but otherwise, it's these AIFA All-Stars. And so when you are playing within a game, you can use these things and you throw a brain in them and they'll actually play soccer for you. And again, it's play to earn. So it's kind of neat. These things are supposed to be getting token as well. So it's supposed to get an Asto airdrop. Some people think that the token drop is going to be the value roughly of what these all-stars are. So some people are like, oh, these are free. We don't know actually like what amount they're going to get. And obviously there's some ones that are a little bit more rare than others. And then when you go and you look through the Genesis, there's some crazier ones where if we go and we look at a mutant, you can see these are at 0.175. If we go and click on this prime where there's only 51 of them, these are selling for like 30 ETH. They're going for an absolute bag. But the concept with it, I think, is that if you own these, you also get like a stadium or something. I don't know. There's these bosses, and there's like a way of, if the game's successful, these particular ones get like a cut of every game that happens. So if it does become like a watershed game, gets mass adoption, that's everyone's trying to hope that their game does that. So you obviously have to put it with a grain of salt. But anyway, there's a lot going on with this ecosystem, and you have Next Legends as well. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, every time that I see anything that's talked about for these tokens that are AI related, it seems that AI is the new cool thing in town. That's what this entire thing is. And I feel like not many people are looking at it, and we'll see if the AMA today is really, really good, or if it's, hey, this stuff's still a little bit further out. So this was a mint that happened a while ago. Not insanely long ago, but a bit closer. The Next Legends is the world's premier metaverse AI boxing game. Compete to rise through the ranks following in the footsteps of the greatest ever, Muhammad Ali. To achieve the title of legend, get a gym bag, train your boxer, and fight your opponent to build your legacy. The Next Legends is brought to you by Altered State Machine in partnership with Non-Fungible Labs, and we can check out the site in a second. So they have all these different characters, and the thing that I thought was kind of weird is they were like, yeah, male or female, like you can't actually pick between them. There's no stats for that. They'll just fight each other. And I'm like, I feel like somebody's gonna be like, why in the hell is that the case? But very excited to see how this is implemented. Same kind of concept with the soccer players where, you know, you train up your brain, you might have a good fighter, and then you maybe can throw them into a ring. Maybe people end up really enjoying these AI boxing if it is like fun gameplay overall. Maybe this stuff turns into esports, maybe it doesn't. I have absolutely no idea. But let's go through the Altered State Machine site. And just as a note, again, they were partnered with FIFA for the World Cup. So, unique, ownable intelligence. Altered State Machine's ASM decentralized protocol